Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video. So we have got a review of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for the Nintendo Switch. So without further ado, let's make a start on that review. I think that the game is best described as an action adventure with some light RPG elements to it. It was originally released back in January 2020 on other systems, and then it was released with some extra DLC in September 2021 for the Nintendo Switch. Let's have a little brief overview of the story then. So the game sees you take control of a number of characters from the Dragon Ball Z universe, beginning with Goku and then various other characters along the way. Now, I don't have any kind of previous experience of any of the cartoons, the games, the books, anything like that. But what I found was the storytelling throughout the game was really, really good. So even if you have never touched anything of this before, I found that it told the story very well and it gave a really good explanation through lots of great anime cutscenes about what the story is and what you're trying to do. So that's a little bit of a brief overview of the story. I don't want to spoil it too much, but you can enjoy this if you've never played any of the games or you have no idea what the series entails. If you describe this game as an RPG or even an action RPG, I think you're going to be quite disappointed. I think if you describe it as an action adventure with fighting elements, I think that is a great way to sum the game up. The game is open world, which is then broken into smaller areas, which can be unlocked as you play through the story. You can walk, but you mainly travel the area by either flying or using various vehicles throughout the game. A large amount of the game involves you collecting orbs. These orbs can then be used to upgrade your character, and you can also use soul emblems on the community board. Linking these emblems together will help you unlock new stats for your character. And then continuing to complete various story elements, you'll also be given gifts, which means you can then gift these various items to different characters, and each gift improves different stats. One of the slightly disappointing parts of the game were the side quests. They weren't particularly interesting. They mainly involved finding someone and getting a new recipe for a certain meal. They add obviously time into the game, but they didn't really add an awful lot of exciting content to the game. But to be honest, the main bread and butter of the game it's fighting, and it involves you fighting a variety of enemies, all ranging from various difficulties. So, as I say, that's why the RPG element is very much a side part of the game. It's really an open world fighting game, is the best way to talk about this game. And like I say, if you like those fighting games, you're going to absolutely love this. Knowing absolutely nothing about Dragon Ball Z, it really gave great explanations about who and why I was fighting through really well made cutscenes, which I absolutely loved. Although at times the combat was really good, it can be a little too simplified. But this does mean that it allows people of any age to kind of enjoy the game. I particularly enjoyed the support option of having another member in your party that was able to help you battle. But as I said, because it's quite simplified, I think this would probably be a great way to introduce someone to a very basic RPG. So someone who's maybe never experienced an RPG, or a young person that's trying to get into RPGs. So that is something to think about. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that cel shaded artwork is my absolute favourite style of artwork. So looking at all of the anime cutscenes, particularly on that small OLED screen, I thought they looked absolutely fantastic, and I've got no complaints about the visuals at all playing through the game. Even if you're someone who's not really into anime, I think you can still appreciate all of the great visuals and the great artwork of the game. I was really expecting an awful lot of popping, and that was something that was kind of concerning when I was about to start the game, because you're traveling through large areas at high speeds, but it was actually kept at a real minimum, if any at all. So that was something that was great. Any frame rate drops, they weren't noticeable on the Switch in handheld mode, although that's not to say there weren't any, but certainly in handheld mode I didn't notice any. I'm sure if you ran this through a computer you'd be able to see ever so slight frame drops, but for me in handheld mode it was perfect. So looking at the price, the game is currently £39 physically on Amazon UK. The deluxe edition is actually on sale, but only for another 3 more days on the eShop. That's £41.99, but the normal price is £59.99. You get a whole load of extra DLC with that one as well. So only 3 days to pick that up if you're going to pick it up in the eShop. Let's just round things up then, a few final thoughts here. So fans of the series, they will love this game. It uses voice actors and the narrator from the series, so there's a lot to enjoy for current fans. But if you haven't had any experience of the series, then it is a really great introduction. I can't stress this enough, but for me, the game is an action adventure with light upgrading mechanics, which is absolutely fine, and I really enjoyed it, and especially the combat system. But if you have come purely for an RPG experience, then sadly you will be disappointed. But if you're looking for an open world fighting game, this one is definitely one that you should pick up. As always, I hope this has helped you make a decision whether you're going to buy the game or not. Any questions, obviously ask below in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. If you're new to the channel, it would help out if you subscribed. Don't forget to like as well. But I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.